What is up? What is up? What is up, guys? So we listen to rain and thunder when the price is dropping during our intros on this channel, and we listen to 528 uh, meditation music when the price is going up. So yeah, looks like we just got started the stream. Let me update the people on Twitter that we are going live. We're going live here. Minutes, we will be live. Guys, yeah. To let you guys know ahead of time, we got 20 people on. Trying to drink my coffee quietly here. What is up, Ivan? What's up, Ahmad? Ahmad is my biggest fan, man. Shout out to Ahmad. I love him. I love you, man. You want to short the ship? Oh man, oh man. Shorting the ship. Remember that. Remember when a big YouTuber tried to short the ship and 10x leverage back in the day? Didn't end well. Didn't end well. I think he lost a lot of money. The charity trade, so how it works is I believe that guy, it wouldn't have got stopped out, I don't think, but it got closed out automatically because they only gave me a few more days, but it would be, yeah, it would be in profit. Oh, the ship you're talking about, Mo. It would be in profit, so I kind of got robbed there a little bit. But yeah, I will probably be on the trading battle again, so it shouldn't be too big a deal. I'm gonna try to drink my coffee a little bit faster now, so I want you guys to like hear that, and so I'm gonna mute my microphone for a second here. All right, guys, let's get started. What is up, boys and girls? We're gonna get started with this analysis right now. What's up, Cool? Cool's been killing it with his predictions lately. Means he's due to be wrong, so be careful. I see it going lower. I think we can go a little bit lower. I think most likely you'll have a little bit of a pullback before another pump. 100K by Independence Day. Is that what the cool kids are saying now? All right, let's get into this analysis here. So, you know, we're in a situation where Blood Diamond on 6 minute, those are powerful. No, I'm just kidding. We're in a situation here where, you know, I've kind of, you know, been drawing this out. Denial. I think we're in the denial phase. I don't think we're in the panic phase or the anger or any of that yet. I think denial phase, and you have a little pump up. You know, you could have a little rally next few weeks. Then you're probably going to get a reaction off of the 300-week moving average too. And you could finally, if we, you know, bottom out like we did in 2013 or 2014, if you look at that, the bottom. And that's kind of the interesting thing that no one's really been talking about is, you know, and you would have caught the exact top too with following this. I don't know if it's going to happen, how likely it is, but the 2014 scenario, you know, that's one of the things where, look at these two tops. First top was in April, just like 2021. Second top was in December, just like 2021. And your bottom was in January. So that could happen. And in terms of where we are with money flow on our weekly, it does look like that would give us, you know, just another month before the bottom. You can look at money flow on the 10-day and other charts. They give you more of a path where it would take a few more months at least to really bottom out, especially 6-day and the 10-day. Weekly is one of your more bullish charts, but I don't see any, you know, full out indication that we've hit a bottom yet. Even, I don't know, like, you know, weekly takes a while to VWAP. I don't know if you'd even get or confirm a green dot if we pump up to, you know, 24K. I think it may take a little bit more than that. We'll see, though. It definitely can. And you also got to look at, too, you know, this one, you had to wait for another one to really bottom out. So we've only had one deep anchor wave so far. So there's, you know, like CryptoFace was saying in his video, I was listening to it. You know, I did in the background. I wasn't listening to all of it, but most of it. You know, there's no signs to really tell us we've hit a bottom. Kind of where I disagree with them is I think you have a likelihood. I think it's going to take longer to get to 14K than, you know, it could take longer. I don't think you're just going to immediately come down. You could have a strong thing. I mean, especially look at it the last time we had, and this is two deep anchor waves right here. This signified a big bottom until our next all-time high. Now, I don't think we're going to go back up to all-time highs or rally, you know, whatever percentage this was. I don't think that's too likely. I mean, what is this would be, you know, 135% from 17. It wouldn't even be that as high as it sounds. It would only be 40K. Jeez, that's depressing. But, you know, I don't think it's going to be that intense. But yeah, there are signs, especially with the 2-day too. Ethereum's already printing the green dot. On regular candles, it's printing a green dot. I like Heiken's better. But yeah, there are signs that we're going to continue forward a bit more. So your 6-day here. Let's see. So your 6-day, this is kind of the case where you haven't hit the bottom yet because, you know, right here, let's go into Heiken's. Right here when we were at this point, money flow, you drop down another, you know, another 50%. That'd be a case for probably a 10K to 12K Bitcoin. And then it's kind of the same deal here. I mean, where you would probably make the argument, you know, if this is like 20K, it would be 56 down from there. I don't think you're going to go down that much. You know, obviously every bull cycle, every bear market corrected less than the previous. You know, it gets less volatile over time slightly. But, you know, from 20K, if we go down 55%, that's probably like 9K or so. Yeah, around 9K. I think based on that chart too, where you kind of get to the anger depression phase, it's around 10 to 12K, around that area. And that could happen somewhere between September and January, I would say. It would be crazy too if we repeat the same way 2014 to 2015 was that cycle. So And no one really talked about, not many people called the top here too. And the people who said they called the tops, I mean, I'm not going to say any names, but there's some YouTubers that just keep, they'll keep posting on Twitter, this is the bottom, this is the bottom, this is the bottom. And they'll be saying that all the way from like 50K all the way down to 10K or whatever. And then they'll finally say they were right. But that's not really being right if you just keep calling it for months on end the bottom. You know what I'm saying? It's not really, that's not the right thing. So I'm kind of, not too many, there's certain people. I mean, obviously Richard Hart claimed he called the top at 65K. I don't know the details on that. I don't know if he was calling the top here and then calling the top here and then calling the top here, that doesn't count. But if he just called it here, just got it once, called the top, okay, cool. You got it right. You're a genius, whatever. But it's kind of like that. So it's interesting how nobody talked about that in November. If you just got out right in the beginning of November too, like right, yeah. And then you waited till January to get back in that. That's crazy. That's the thing too, like in terms of, you don't need to be addicted to it. You don't need to be on your screen all the time to make a lot of money in this market. You could do, 1 or 2 trades a year and make a lot of money. 1 or 2 trades every couple of years, You could even just buy every time we're in the, this is the 10-day I want to look at too. And this is another indication that we haven't hit the bottom yet. You could just buy every time we cross into the red here on your 10-day and then never sell or whatever. Or yeah, just buy every every 4 years. Every 4 years here. 4 years. And then another 19. We're almost to that let's see. 18. So December 18, 4 years would be end of this year, early next year. Buy every 4 years. Genius. So you're not even in that phase yet based on this, but obviously anything could happen here. Every time we've had a green dot, below here, we've hit a bottom. If you get a green dot below here while we're still, keep in mind, these ones were when we were in the red. If you get one in the green, yeah, it's a good indicator that you hit the bottom, but it's not as strong as these two because you're not in the red yet. However, we've come down a lot. You're probably, unless we get a V-shaped recovery, something crazy and pump up to like at least 40K, you're probably not gonna get into the, you're probably gonna get into the red here. And when could that happen? It could happen in a month, I'd say, probably at least minimum a month. So what you would kind of see for here is if we get that pump up to 24, I know people have said 28K. 28K might give you a green dot here. I'm trying to think. It's hard to really say, but this probably wouldn't give you a green dot, and then you continue down forward. We could easily, do something like that, and then you finally bottom out towards the end of the year. When you're in the red, that would make a nice bottom. So it's more, kind of what it feels like, a little bit like, it's crazy when you look at the 10-day. It just looks like we've gone straight down, all this. It's kind of, oh wow, 30 was kind of like a situation like this, you know what I mean? Kind of like this or this one, this was a nice jump up, 35%. Bottom here, 35%. Exactly 24K. So 24, 25K, very doable. 28K, a little tougher. I could still see it happening though, especially with how the Dixie looks. And now let's look at, so we do have, we've been killing it lately in the as well. Had a loser on ETH yesterday. But that was, that's how it is. 9 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times that trading strategy would work. Sometimes it doesn't work. That was a short entry. But today, we're in a scalp short right now that's looking really good at the moment. Not going to show you the exact trade because we don't have an outcome just yet. But, I could show you, bearish divs, while you're hitting major points. Kind of a no-brainer almost here. Could go either way. You're never 100%, but, a lot of good things to support that argument. And in terms of a more long-term swing, money flow crossover under two hour. Now, look here to here. This brought us down 40%. I don't think you're going to come up 40% on this. From here, that would be insane. But that'd be your third, 28 to 30K, argument. But we're in a bear market too, so it's probably not going to be that strong. But you could come up half of that, 15 to 20% here, this pocket. That's easily doable. Easily doable. especially with the 3 hour too. That's getting close. May look to enter something there. So, and if you long has been a long. I actually caught the falling knife too. Caught the falling knife pretty well over the weekend. In the exclusive Discord, posted about it. It wasn't like an official trade, but I told you like where I was looking and where I was going to enter. Made a lot of money on that one. It's still in that. I've been just adding to that trade and taking profits on the way up. So it's been doing really well. So if you guys are interested in the exclusive Discord, link in the description below. Keep in mind, you're going to get charged. The way Patreon works, you're going to get charged again on the 1st of next month. So maybe wait. You got 9 days. So we're getting close to the end of this month. Maybe wait till July 1st for it. So yeah, I may do a yearly option as well, where you can save a little bit of money if you pay for a year. People have asked for that. I will do that at some point. So, looking good. I will show you the, man. Let's see the chat. The sideways weeks, yeah, you do get that, but I don't know. I feel like the volatility is higher now, but I've been studying the scalps a little bit more and more of high volume areas, fib levels, things of that nature, and I think we're gonna we'll be okay if we go sideways. Whatever happens, we'll be all right. Unless we go completely sideways, we just go to zero and stay at zero forever. It's gonna be tough. Oil and gas, sure, I'll take a look. I haven't looked at it today yet. So yeah, there's some indications here that we've hit the bottom. Other indications that we have not. I'm weary. I'm weary. I always say that word wrong. I'm cautious. Let's say that we've hit the bottom. I'm a little cautious of that. That conclusion based on some things. The 10-day doesn't show us that we've hit the bottom. The 6-day does not show us that we've hit the bottom. A few things like the weekly have shown us that we may have hit the bottom, but at this point, look, these are great prices long term to get in. If you don't, and not financial advice, but if you don't have a position in Bitcoin right now, I think it's rather foolish not to get in at these prices. However, I think it's also rather foolish to put all your money in right now, given that there's a high probability we could go to 16K or 12K. You're going to leave a little bit on the side, and then let's say even if we don't, even if this is the bottom, just wait till the 10-day confirms this rare bullish signal right here, then put more in. It's not really about getting in at the exact bottom to make money. You don't need to get it in at the exact bottom to make money. You don't need to sell at the exact top to make money. So this is more of a trading channel. In terms of long term, one strategy right here, wait till whenever, although you could just do something like this, who knows, 10-day in the red. So that's another thing. You want to hedge the bets. Let's turn this music down a little bit. I'm gonna take a quick sip of coffee. Let me mute this. And weekly orders. I trade crypto only for now. What leverage do I use per trade? I get asked that question a lot. It's very relative. I mean, I have a course that talks about that. I have also a video on my Mage page that talks about how to determine that. It's obviously going to be lower for the longer term of a trade. Like for a swing trade, obviously going to be a lot higher for a scalp. If you're just trying to scalp off of this level, like I'm doing at the moment. So yeah. No, we didn't get to the first take profit yet. I will show. Hopefully, we'll get to the first take profit on this trade. So let's look at ETH. We haven't looked at. We haven't done any analysis on ETH. So the thing with ETH, right now you do have your 618 fib level, and this is usually big, from your. Hey, let's get rid of this. High right here to bottom here. This is 1500. I think any of these levels could have a high probability of being a top 3-hour money flow crossover. That's a big place to look to go long. Just look at ETH. ETH looks pretty beautiful right now. I mean, look at rare bullish line, 6 hours to confirm. 3-day too. Is that a bullish div? Yep, that's a bullish div. I mean, last time we had a bullish div on the 3-day like this was at our bear market bottom, November. However, ooh, this is where it gets hazy. It could be like this, guys. Look, it could be like this, where that would be interesting. You come up 50%, give or take. Ooh, where would 50% be? 1300. Yeah, you come up 50% around 1300, this level, maybe a little higher, give or take. And then you come down. So just like that. And then you come down, you jump around. This would, what's the timeline on this for, how long it would be to bottom out? So that's October to December, or maybe a little, let's say, well, from right there. Okay, so mid-September to mid-December. So was that 3 months to bottom out. So 3 months from June, July, August, September. That's an argument to bottom out in September. And yeah, right there. And then you finally have deeper one right there. So, you got time. I mean, there's no reason to FOMO in all your money right now. These are good prices, but you got time. I do think, if history repeats itself, Bitcoin will outperform ETH for a while now. And we'll look at ETH Bitcoin. I mean, it does not look good. It looks like Bitcoin will outperform ETH for at least the next 6 months or something. So, I'll tell you when it's time. Not financial advice, but I will tell you when it's time to get into Ethereum heavy. Now ain't the time. Now is not the time. Weekly does not look like Ethereum looks worse than Bitcoin. It looks like it's clear that we have not bottomed out here. Your anger depression phase is probably somewhere between 300 to 600, I would say, and probably somewhere between this area to this area. And you don't really hit major support until probably 300. 300 is the big place I got into ETH, last September or the September before last September 2020. I have a feeling it may go down to my original entry point. So, yeah, and that's your massive buying opportunity, in my opinion. That's that too. I mean, in terms of shorter term, in terms of this too, I mean, it looks, I mean, where would this give it if you guys just want to map it out? Let's say it would be something like this, 52% from that bottom right there, the local bottom. 52 is 400, so that general area, maybe it's a little bit less, maybe 600. 600 you could go on to, but yeah, between 3 and 600, I would say. What's happening in the short term, it looks like you could pump a bit more. That's what it looks like. Especially with that 3-hour money flow crossover. Right now, I mean, you're confirming, kind of why I'm scalp short on Bitcoin at the moment. You're confirming bearish div right here. All likelihood, it would make a lot of sense to come back to this area and then continue forward. Nothing goes straight up or straight down in a straight line. I'm looking closely at this 3-hour money flow crossover. I have a notification set on it. I'm going to set it again because it's so important. I'm going to do it once per minute. I just want this to annoy me for a possible long position. And the reason why long term probably not the best time to buy ETH is because let's look at Bitcoin ETH. I mean, let's look at this weekly is crossing into the red right now. This looks pretty awful. Look at we didn't really bottom out with Bitcoin ETH until the real time to buy it would have been September, August. So it's about 6 months, 8 months after we really where everything bottomed out. So see just bleeding against Bitcoin. So I think I don't know if he'll get this low, but here this general area, or when we get deep in the weekly here, when would that happen? Probably at least until January. So heavy Bitcoin right now, and then you could trade some Bitcoin for ETH and it'll outperform it later. So this was a nice rally for outperforming September to basically all the way until our high end of 2021. That was that was the place. So yeah, and that's the same for basically pretty much all altcoins. Let's go on the Bitcoin dominance here. It's always useful to look at. It seems like it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin dominance just gets up to at least we have altcoins and other things, or stable coins, but I still think you're going to get at least up to 50% here in the coming months. So yeah. And I don't think when we get to that depression phase, that anger phase, that's where the altcoins really, 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 really bleed. So that's where you gotta see that. That's what I would think. Let's look at the chat here. What indicator? Market cipher. Lost 2 ETH. That's not too bad. They're only worth $1,000 nowadays. It's not bad. Can we get ETH below $200 quote? I doubt it. I'd say it's very unlikely. I'd say it's pretty unlikely that you'd go under. I'd say like the odds of going under $200, it's less than 10. It's probably 5 to 10%, maybe even less. Bitcoin already pumped already 23 from the last dip. Yep. Guys, smash the like button. Come on, a few more likes in here. Let's see here. So what's happening at the moment? We confirmed bearish div on the hourly. Let's look at the 90-minute. Let's look at the 90-minute. Hopefully we come down a little bit more, here. You're not gonna get. That's what's interesting here. You're not gonna get a bearish div on the 90-minute, at least not yet. But you could get that red dot to bring you down just a little bit more. That's what we're kind of looking for, just a little bit more here. And what we want to look for in terms of maybe a local fib level is something like this. You come down to this point, 21,250 or something around there. Maybe even if you go from here on your fib, maybe even around there. Yeah. So did we? I forget where I'm. Hold on a second here. Yeah, it's maybe even a little bit below that level. Right around there is what I'm looking at. It's gonna get a little choppy. Maybe you could just push through this. I doubt it. Double spiral lines. I think you need a little bit of a pullback before you come up some more, and that would be healthy too. T triple Q. Solana. Yeah, I mean, Solana is going to be talked to. That's going to, it'll end up, if it's not already like a Cardano or XRP, it's always going to have that big following. $37 up from 25. I don't see any reason to believe we bottomed out, but I could see a local bottom and you come up to maybe 50, top of this range, 40, 45, 50 maybe. Confirming those bullish divs. You could come up to, I don't think you're getting up to 70, but definitely 50 is in the cards for a local top here. And then, yeah, there's some good curvature here. I'm not entirely convinced we've bottomed out the market yet. I don't see any reason to believe we have, especially the Fed. Doesn't seem like they're pivoting just yet, unless some news just came out today that I don't know about. But, I think we still have probably at least a few more months of general bear marketness. But yeah, there is some good news too for, I don't know. I can't tell you what's going to happen, if anybody's going to get their money back from Celsius. But the fact that even if it's just a short squeeze, like there wasn't much of a short squeeze on UST or on Terra, you know what I mean? There wasn't much of a short squeeze on that. This is looking better. Like Celsius is not as much of a Ponzi as, they messed up pretty badly, okay? But there's a possibility, even they could get acquired. There's a little bit of hope here. So if you had money in it, no guarantees ever in life, but it's not as stupid as putting a lot of money in UST. Like that UST is never coming back. You know what I mean? This is essentially 0 and 0 and 0. And it's supposed to be a stable coin, so I mean, yeah, this is just, yeah. I mean, they came out with a new Luna now. What's going on with that? 0 to, is this the old one? I don't even know. Who cares at this point? I think that's the new one. Cardano. Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced. We hit a bottom yet. And the thing too is like if ETH comes down 50%, a lot of this is going to come down another 60 to 70%. And I could see 15 cents, maybe 30 cents. You could have some hope. It has held up pretty well here. I'll give you that. It's held up pretty well here, but bullish div. So I think you could pump some more in the short term. You might be able to come up back up to 60 cents, maybe even, dare I say, I don't think it'll come up this high, but around here is a good goal, 60 cents. But after that, I think, in the later months of this year, the next few months, you're going to come down to probably 30 and then probably 15. Let's see. And this is just like waiting for this to do anything. It's just really choppy. We're in a boring area right now with Bitcoin. Nothing is exact. Nothing is really happening. Yeah. Little pumps here and there. I do think it's likely you'd if you look at, let's just look at like some local fib levels, like, because we have this high here, and are we near our 618? So we rejected off of that yesterday. Now we're getting close to this one and this spiral line pocket. So I do think it would make sense to retest this too around 21. That would make a lot of sense in the short term to come down $400. That would be pretty healthy. It's not that often that it just comes straight up, and price goes up slower than it comes down in general. So it's another point. Dot. Back up to $8, yeah. Bullish div here. I think you could come up a little bit higher in this little rally, but after 9, probably not too much. And then where you would bottom out, probably, if ETH comes down another 50% from here, yeah, man, that could get ugly. It could come back to, that $3 range, which was big in the beginning, $2 or $3. Maybe it'll surprise us all and stay up. I mean, it is a decent project, but we'll see. Let's look at the SPY. I think we are in the positive today. I haven't looked at it yet today. So yeah, I mean, it seems more like, it seems like you'll probably just roll over. Something like that, in the next month. Come down to this area next few months. Could be choppy for a bit too. We're due to be a little bit more choppy. Maybe you could even fool everybody, come up here and then come back down. It's one possibility. I mean, I am waiting at minimum for this to go into the green here. Red, excuse me, the red here. So I think you're going to go into the red probably before you print the next green dot. So that's where your nice, rare buying opportunity happens. I mean, look, this wasn't a recession, but you still pumped up 160% over the course of 7 years. So, I mean, you still essentially doubled your money from that point. What would make sense from the bottom here is if you come down to this area, 315 to here, 72%. Also, what are the, if you come down 30% in the recession, come down 40%, if it's, those 50% recessions, which are somewhat common, you're not getting to the pandemic dump area, but you're getting pretty close and you're coming back a few years, which, it does happen. We haven't had a recession since '08. We're due for one. I believe every time you correct more than 20%, or more than 22%, you're essentially in a recession, because none of these corrections, after '08 were really more than 20%. This is the worst one, without a black swan. So, yeah. And I mean, every time, what do we have to compare? We could compare this to the 70s. you know, where the same thing kind of happened, and they just kept raising rates. And wow, I thought 2015 was the 70s. You gotta go way back for that. You know, right? Usually I go in the monthly. That's why it's taking a while. Right here, I believe. Yeah. And, you know, they just keep raising rates. And then this was a large correction. So came down about 49% over the course of January 73 to September, it's about a year and a half. You came down about 50%. And where we are at the money flow in the weekly right now is here. So, you know, we're essentially, you know, if here's something like this, well, we're already down. Okay, we're down to 26%. So we're essentially kind of, or around here, you know, it still would be another 36%. So you're not completely out of the woods. And then, you know, you came back in time, like, that was from 73 to, oh man, that was rough. Jeez, you came back in time. Yeah, you came back in time 10 years. Ooh, that is rough, man. To come back to like 2011, 2012. Ooh, that is rough, man. Oh, that's rough. 4 LXs though, so, you know, I don't know if it'll be as bad as that, but, you know, you could be in for a rough ride. We're just dilly-dallying at the same point. Looks like you may reject again from, you know, that spiral line right there. We're about to hit it right now, and then if you look in your 1 minute money flow crossover into the red, it doesn't really mean anything at all, but, you know, it's just, it takes some time for things to play out. I do think you're going to come down a little bit more here, at least in my opinion. Helium, Zcash. Thanks so much, Crypto Dylan. Isn't Celsius dead? Won't be a matter of time before they can't keep them on. Yeah, if anyone has any thoughts on Celsius, feel free to share them. I mean, I read some articles on it. I don't have all the answers. I just think there may be some light at the end of the tunnel. I don't think it's going to be as bad as Terra Luna. Let's see. Helium. Kevin O'Leary likes it. I mean, but in terms of altcoins for long term right now, I think it's just a fluke that it's staying up. Maybe O'Leary's been pumping it on his TikTok while he's wearing shorts with a suit. I mean, if you're listening to a guy for financial advice that wears shorts with a suit on TikTok, you are just asking to make millions of dollars. That's the most genius thing you could do. But I mean, really, I think it's most likely a fluke. I think he will roll over. Yeah, you know, I think at least you're going to come down to $4. I don't see any real reason to believe we bottomed out just yet, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Because too, like where's the, in terms of psychology chart, like where's the anger, desperation? It's really probably here, but there is hope here. You know what I mean? If we're in the panic right now, this is panic, and anger, desperation, you'd end up around there. So yeah. What was, yeah, SPY, a little curve upward. And now we're getting that. Yeah, we're hitting that spiral line again. See what happens here. We'll see what happens here. Thing too that could keep us, you know, keep us through this is the lack of bearish divs going to print in the 2 hour or the 90 minute. 90 minute kind of be close. You could almost kind of count that, but I wouldn't, you know. It's only a little bit higher in the last one if you do get the red dot here. But you are coming into the green, so a lot of momentum there. We'll see what happens here. It's tough. Are we? Come on. Spiral line. Just harsh rejection off of that level. Bam! Spiral line. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That is juicy. Look at that bearish. Well, look at that red dot in that 1 minute. Oh, yeah. I like that. Bitcoin 2, 3, and 4 hour gap to RSIs. I don't look at the RSIs as much, man. Simon Dixon trying to help with Celsius. Yeah. I mean, I feel like, let's look at Zcash, then we'll look at Hex. In some of the altcoins definitely don't have as many bottom indicators as Bitcoin, you know, because look, you're just crossing into the red here. Now you can be bottomed out, but I do think, you know, 40 to 50, yeah, you know, that's the thing too. Like if ETH comes down another 50%, this stuff is going real low, guys. But you know, the Fed, you know, keeps raising rates, panic about inflation, you know, there's reasons to go lower, but I do think, you know, we can come up a bit more here. 90, 80 or something in the short term. You come up a bit more. Good curvature. It looks like everything else has lower time frames. You come up a little bit more, and then you reject off, and then you get into your, you know, anger depression phase. So yeah. So yeah, let's see. Zcash, Hex we could look at. It's probably the same as everything else, man. But this is probably where these two areas are probably bottoms, like anger, depression phase. Weekly is, looks like we got a lot more time to go, especially with that weekly. You're not even in the red yet. But yeah, I mean, it's probably going to do what most altcoins do, you know, at least a 95% correction. Probably worst case scenario, 98. Could he rug pull? Probably. That's why it's not listed on a lot of exchanges, so things could get weird, but I don't think he would do that. 4 hour looks good with that money flow crosser. I do like that. He'll probably pump up to this level, you know, 7 cents or something. Probably 5 in the shorter term. You got to be careful though, but yeah. Probably at least 4 ELXs to bring us down to this level, maybe even this level, somewhere around here for a bottom. Yeah. Same as everything else in AVEX. Probably could even pump up back to 25 or something here. Or you just, that could be a top. I think you're probably gonna, you know, come down at least to these lows. I mean, this is either the depression phase of the bottom. After that, oh man, that's gonna be ugly. Come down to $4. I don't think you're gonna go that low. I think you could hold up around here though. Let's see. Weekly does look good. You're just not in the red yet, so. Is there a possibility we already bottomed out? Yes. I don't think it's too likely, though. Yes, I follow Ray Dalio. What's the latest? I've been reading listening to the audiobook of his latest book, The Changing New World Order. It's really good. Crypto hash, you're short. It's good, man. Let's see, how's the now we're coming down. Okay, good. Just getting there and getting to that point that we wanna. Let's go on our Bitstamp chart so we can see the Spidey lines. Yeah, we're getting close to where we want to be. Yep. Probably come down a little bit more here. Just a little bit more. In terms of, I'm just trying to think where I want to, maybe we could draw a fib level, something like this, to see, are we hitting anything just yet? Okay, we're hitting that level. Next one's kind of around here, so. This, yeah, a little bit farther down, That's where you get to a lot of stuff. I think you can come to like 21 even here. 21 even, that'd be big. Yeah. I'm just trying to think like where, you know, I mean, I could show you kind of where I got in. It was right when we lost this right around here, and then to stop there, not a good, yeah, that's why I was trying to get a better risk reward ratio. Somewhere around here I was looking at, yeah, right here, and then there was a fib level around here. I mean, there's a lot of local ones, but I believe it was just above this kind of, yeah. I think you should get here. You probably should, but yeah. So Tim, I've been talking about this. I mean, I think somewhere between 10 to 12K would probably be a bottom in a few months. Kind of based on what I think and based on how a lot of the altcoins look. Because Bitcoin looks more bottomy than a lot of the altcoins, but I think it's kind of a fluke how Bitcoin looks more bottomy. But can we pump up to 25K or 24K before then? Easily, definitely, even 28K. These are volatile times. We always wouldn't be a complete stream unless we looked a little bit at the Dixie. And what I've been saying for a while now, it's the Dixie will probably top out around 114 or something in a few months. That's when we could bottom out. And right now we're getting kind of a healthy pullback or something, maybe a pullback to 102 or something. Then you continue forward. I can see that happening. It's been a while since we've been this high, but I think you get close to 01s or whatever. I believe this is when that recession ended. $21.2 right now. Oh, we were just dumping in. Oh, we might have just hit the first take profit on that short. I believe we got really close. If we haven't, I think we hit it. Let's see here. I will show you guys it. Scalp short entry 21,773. Yeah, guys, if you're interested in the exclusive Discord, link in the description below. We just won this nice trade. Just got that. Let me lock in the profits on my set the stop loss to my new entry point. Oh, let me give you guys the next place where I'm gonna give them the next place where I'm gonna take more profits here. Let's see. Do we have a spiral line? Anything? Okay, so we don't have that. Let's see, 20. Come on, what's happening here? Slow. Where do we want to take our next profits? There. Oh, what's 2%? There would probably be something around. Yeah, it's weird because you're not really hitting. Yeah, let's try more of a deeper fib level. Yeah, probably somewhere around here, that low, a little bit above this, I would say. Yeah, let's do 20. Let's do 2805. Yeah, come on. Yeah, try that. Let me do that on my phone. Let me lock in this because I have a feeling that's going to be mainly the most of that trade is. I think most likely the trade is over, and then let's see here. Did it not on buyback? I have this trade on buyback. It didn't take my first take profit. What? Let me look at the. How low did we go then? If it didn't. Where's the. Okay, 180. Oh, $2 before. Okay, so we're not ready for that. But you would have got it. Let's see. Would you have gotten it on FEMEX? I normally trade in FEMEX. That's a little annoying if it didn't. Let's see. Let's go on our. No, you wouldn't have got it there yet either. Almost though. Very close. Now we're pumping back up. Could have got robbed here. It does happen. Goes $2 before you're... That happens more than you would think. It's like kind of like, you know, the universe and everything. But no, I think you're gonna probably win it here. You could take it early, be more conservative. I'm not. Risk. Anything on BNB. Let's see here. But yeah, on our Bitstamp chart, you know, we got to that first place kind of exactly. So we got, yeah. So BNB, yeah, let's look at BNB. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of wicked down in no man's land. I don't know if you'd go down to $40, but you know, if you went down another, you know, 60% or something, you'd probably come to 80. I think 100 is going to be a big area, and then after that, probably 50, 40. I don't know if you're going to, but these altcoins do have, you know, very, yeah, 93%. It could be just delayed. I could definitely see going back to 40 or something. We were at, you know, back here, we were at 15, so, yeah. This was a big one. I mean, if you got in over here, you would have got, yeah, 40x. Wow. I don't think too many people really saw that coming. But yeah, 86 viewers, 48 likes. So, I'm trying to think, like, what else could we look at here? QQQ. This has just been, yeah, some people have projected another, if you go back in time 10 years, where would you, that'd be so crazy. I don't think that would be insane. Wow, 10 years, just imagine 10 years wiped off of this in terms of market cap. But no, I don't think you're gonna go that low. I mean, this is the next big area. You wanna look at, we're due to go into the red in the monthly, but oh, you're in the red in the weekly now. I'm not totally convinced here. I think it's going to be something different. I don't like the yellow X. I feel like you're going to come down more with that. I would look for at least this point, or I'd wait for the S&P 500 to be in the red as well. Also, wait for the 2-week to be in the red to even think about going into this. Although, we're in a recession now. That's the other thing you got to realize. That's why it's probably going to be different here. You go down a lot with this. I think 173 is doable. You know, you not to the pandemic dump, but close to that. 08, 18, close to it. Now we're coming back down here. Come on, just a little bit more, buddy. Come on. Back to pre-pandemic levels. Yeah, Disney went really bad. Let's see. Disney, yeah, you're in the red here, but given how the total market looks, I mean, yeah, you're back to that area. Well, this was a big correction. 53. back there. Disney's one that's like been popular. That's probably why it's really crashing, because there's probably a lot of dumb money and ain't really getting washed away. You might as well at this point. The monthly is so close into the red. You might as well wait for that, I would say. Wait for the monthly to go into the red here, I would say. Yeah, you could come down another 44. Imagine. Oh, that'd be crazy. But that's recession. I mean, yeah, another 30, 40%. 10 years back in time. Like the 70s, 10 years back in time. Maybe. Maybe. And that would be what kind of correction? An all-time high would that be at? 75%. Not even as bad as Netflix so far. Yeah, 75% from the... Well, that's in the 40... Yeah, I could see it losing a $100 billion market cap, definitely. Definitely. Especially recession and all that, yeah. Let's see here. $21.60, okay. Sure. That could be a good place too, yeah. Hey, what's up, Antonio? Yeah, short call yesterday didn't work out too well, Antonio. Unveiled a big billions of dollars of short position against major stocks in Euro stock 50. Yeah, the thing with this is it's probably going to take a little bit of time to play out, but yeah, I'm sure, you know, in all likelihood he'll do something well there. Why would he short, you know, Europe instead of us though? Didn't we printed money as well? Yep, yeah, I agree here. What we should, I mean, you know, oil, let's look at oil actually. Yeah, sorry Doge, forgot about oil. Oil is starting to come down, especially on the monthly. I don't think it's completely done, but I think you're going to come down at least a little bit and then maybe come up a bit more in the coming months. Let's see. Next thing I think could, and I mean, in these type of times, you should have, I mean, I don't think it should, not financial advice, I don't think it should be any more than like 5 or 10% of your total, like, you know, long-term holdings on equities or stocks or commodities, but, or crypto. But in all likelihood, this will have a good 5 to 10 years. It's slow, it takes a while, but in the times we're in, it's a good idea. There's Pax Gold, you could earn interest on it at crypto.com. I know what's happening with Celsius. If you're afraid of that, I would just buy index funds for it. You know, that's what I would say. Stacking physical gold in a safe. If we get to that point where all of your index funds can't be cashed out, you're better off with probably ammunition and guns in the safe rather than or food. Not any type of advice, but I mean, at that point, I don't think, what are you going to do with gold? You can't eat it. I mean, I'm just picturing like breaking all my teeth trying to eat gold. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think these probably 2,500 is pretty inevitable in the next few years. So yeah, it's just slow. No one has the patience for it. Little bullish div on the 1 minute. What would be interesting to look at too is the market cipher SR, where the VWAP is, or the right there. Yeah, 21 here. Somebody was saying it was. Yeah, it's right at 21. Could be a good point. Yeah. It does it. I forget how this works again, but okay. Yeah, 21. Yeah. That's a big point. I could definitely see it coming back there in the shorter term. Especially this is getting close to crossing into the red too. I believe that should be able to bring it down a teeny weeny bit. ETH, it's already in the red there, so I believe you can come down a little bit, little weeny bit more, little bit more. Yeah. You come down to, oh, we got 2 fib levels. Definitely come down to that point. I mean, how's your 4 hour? If you up about to print red dot, so yeah. Probably not the worst worst time to give a little short down a shot, and then what I think, it's kind of textbook right here, almost too obvious, but something like that. It's definitely highly probable. Definitely highly probable here. I gotta use the Market Cipher SR more, because that's a good line to look at. I guess it doesn't appear on these really high time frames, but oh no, it does. It's the same place. Okay, so it's just giving us kind of a local area. Yeah. Let's see here. The other thing too that and this is gonna mess up a lot of people is, I was reading something the other day about how, like, a lot of, like, retail is really putting their money into the market just in general, like their 401ks, all that stuff, like, a lot, because they think the market's going to go higher. We're not, the fear of '08 has kind of worn off, and we think that's not going to happen anymore. Now that means it's probably going to go down. I mean, retail, in Ray Dalio's book, he writes about it. People typically, they get into the euphoria, they buy at the all-time highs, they think it's just going to go up forever, and then they sell at the lows, and one of two reasons: either fear, they're afraid it's going to zero, or they just need the money because they invested too much and they got to pay bills. They just need to sell it, and there's no other. That's a bad place to be in, where you invested, too much, and then bills come up. So you gotta realize too, you got bills to pay: your mortgage, your car, your child support, alimony. You have a lot of things to worry about. That's too, what could happen, and it depends, how old you are, those things like that. But yeah, I would say, in terms of taking on debt, never financial advice, but in terms of taking on debt, to get into Bitcoin, 10 to 12K would probably be the place to. I mean, Saylor has a 10-year trajectory. He knows what he's doing. You need to, like, know what you're doing with that. You need a good trajectory, and don't be borrowing against an Celsius right now, because we know what's happened with that. But I do think there will be a DeFi that will make it, and I think Crypto.com and Gemini is the one I trust the most. I don't even know if you could borrow against on there, but. And you may ask why. Well, two reasons. One, the Winklevoss twins have been in the game for a very long time. They have a lot of experience. Two, the reward rates are so low. They're so doable. You know what I mean? Like, how could you? You're probably not getting liquidated with 0.5% a year on Bitcoin. That's so easily doable. Military defense stocks. I don't know. LMT. What about, like, Lockheed Martin? That's the one. Oh yeah, LMT. Yeah. That's well, we're on the 3 month. Monthly looks like you could be topping out a bit. Weekly doesn't look the best. Let's actually draw something here. $100 billion market cap. Theoretically, yeah, if you do, with Ukraine and everything end up in a war, yeah, theoretically it would go up. The other thing, too, is wars typically help the economy, so I feel like everything would probably go up at that point. Not everything, but a lot of things probably would. As World War II kind of got us out of the Great Depression, so yeah. Unless something crazy happens, I don't think it'll react too much differently than S&P 500, in my opinion. It looks like you'll probably have a clean rejection off of this and then just roll back over and go down more with everything else, probably. That's my view. That's a good one. I'm going to just add a notification right here. I want to you know, for it to tell me, you know, when we hit this market cipher SR point. This VWAP right here. Because that's like just a healthy, like such a healthy pullback from, you know, where we are. It's a really healthy pullback. Oh, what is up, Tony? Thank you so much, man. Thank you. From Campbell Mafia. Oh, you're one of Frankie's guys. Yeah, we gotta do another collab with Frankie. Yeah, Frankie's awesome. Shout out to Frankie Candles. Check out his channel, guys. He does some really good TA too. I've been checking him out. He's got a really good personality. Really nice guy. What are some safe stablecoins? Gemini dollar. You know, like I said, you know, I like the I like the Winklevoss twins. You know, they've been in the game a while. I don't see that depegging. And USDC. This may sound like a little out there, but I almost feel like I may have a little bit more trust in the Gemini, the GUSD. Those are the only ones I would put money into. You got to be careful with regulation too. I know some people are staying away from the stables because of regulation. Look, it is what it is. I mean, I think you'll be fine with USDC and the Gemini token. You know, it's where you're keeping them on, and it's where you're earning interest on them. How about DAI? I don't know as much about that one. Yeah, it would be unfair to you guys for me to give an opinion. I don't know too much about that one. I've never used it. I've never seen a reason to. The thing with those too is, I mean, if the interest rates you can earn on them are, I believe you could earn. I'm not even the biggest expert on like this type of stuff too, like in terms of like staking these, but I believe you could earn interest in the X's while on DAI. You know, those rates, the more risky it's going to be is the higher rate you can earn. Like a rate like, you know, 3, 4, or 5%, that's probably doable. You know, that you're probably going to be okay. A rate like UST at 20%, that's screaming Ponzi at you. I was saying Ponzi from the very beginning on that. You know, a rate like 7% with the Gemini token, I think that's probably the highest that you could get. That's doable. It's good to, you know, scatter them out. Maybe put some in USDC, some in the Gemini one, some in DAI. I don't know enough about it though. And, you know, spread out where you're earning interest on them, because if one goes down, you know, then it's not the end of the world. That's the biggest piece of advice I could give you guys on that. None of this is ever financial advice though. You got to do your own research. The main thing with this too is like anything that seems too good to be true usually is too good to be true. So yeah. BAT. So yeah, it looks like everything else, man. I don't really. Just trying to like look at this objectively here. Yeah. I think the thing that's good with this is probably the like depression anger phase, but it could get bad. It could be just a fluke how this is up. You're probably gonna need, you know, a bullish div on the weekly to really bottom out here. So. I think in the short term, you could pump up some more, sure. Probably even come up to 50 cents, but after that, I think you're going to come down some more. So, yeah. And what's happening now with Bitcoin? We are coming down a bit more. We probably finally hit or no, not yet. Almost. That was a nice... Usually that's more bearish because the wick is like high. Yeah, that's more bearish when you just go fierce rejection off that. Yeah, sound effects. So yeah, guys, probably gonna get off in a little bit unless you guys have anything else you want me to look at. I think we did a pretty extensive analysis today. You know, if you want my guess for the short term right now, you know, what would be the probably best course of action? Probably something like this. And then I do think you're probably gonna get up to 23 or 24K in all likelihood, you know, based on how we're looking, especially if we could get into the green on the 3, the 3 hour here. I think there's still enough fear in the market to, get a bounce over there and then continue forward. Wow, this looks just like a spiral line. Got to use market side for SR a little bit more. We take a quick look at the DBSI. I occasionally look at it. I don't really trade based off of it, but how's a weekly on that? Yeah, I mean, 8 there. Daily, that's a strong bull. There's a strong bull in the daily there. There's some strong bulls around. Strong bear in the hourly. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to get off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Shout out to Tony D. Guys, check out the Candle Mafia. Check out Frankie Candle's channel. Thank you so much for your super chat. If you're interested in my exclusive Discord, some of my trade entries, stop losses, take profits. Here is the short run right now. I think it hit the first take profit, at least got very close. And then we're in some swings longs. It's been long on Bitcoin since basically the bottom. Caught the falling knife over the weekend there. So check that out. Link in the description below if you're interested. I think it's a good value. A lot of people have really liked it. Keep in mind though, I mean, I'm not right 100% of the time. I'm human. So yeah. Also my trading course, link in the description below. A lot of people really like that too. There's a discount code down below as well for the month that expires in about a week. So check that out if you want to get in. You can pay in crypto or credit card. How do you think? Yeah. Trading psychology, risk management, everything I use to place my trades. A lot of people have really liked it. A lot of people have really benefited from it, especially Nightshade, who's a big fan. He has done really well. He wrote a testimonial about it. So yeah, check that out. Also, Market Cipher, link in the description below if you want to get that. Link in the description below, use my discount code. And let's see what else. What else is there? Let's see. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, Bybit Phoenix. Yeah, that's big. If you want to create a new account, Bybit Phoenix. Link in the description below. There's some good promos going on right now, and help support the channel. Link in the description below. It's the same promo every YouTuber gives you, I believe. And if you want to do a one-on-one session with me, link in the description below as well. So check those out. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Goodbye.